unplug the speakers?
What?
Like, keep your headset on. What if I unplug the speaker? Is there still a hum?
Yeah, I'm getting this weird, like, electronic hum coming from that. Here, I'll unplug it from the monitor room for a second. I want to make. What the hell? I'm still hearing it. Where's that coming from?
Maybe it's being picked up on this, and it's like fan or something.
I don't know what it is.
What, with the new red TVs still here?
Right now, that
I mean,
was
it's
just
not
trying to work
horrible,
out.
but it's just like I don't know where it's coming from, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, we should
Are
probably
you
get
getting the
started.
game sound at all?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting the game sound plus the weird hum.
Yeah, well, as far as it's not the weird hum, it seems like it's almost coming from the microphone, not the PC. So I don't know. The microphone might just be too close to everything else.
Well, just turn the mic all the way down and see if it gets rid of the hum. Temporarily.
Yeah, no, I muted the microphone. I couldn't hear the hum anymore, but it's like it wasn't constant. So it seems to be coming from the microphone somehow.
That's cool.
That's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Is chat like complaining about it at all?
I'm not.
They probably are now that I said something.
Most people are saying it sounds fine.
That sounds to me kind of like just
It could.
this sort of horrible interference you get from all those networks. If you're saying if you're still happy with it.
I mean, if chat's saying it's fine, it's probably fine because they can never agree on anything.
Yeah, well, as soon as they're gonna start having problems with it right now.
Everybody's
but-
saying it sounds fine. We should probably just start.
All right. Okay, I'm ready to go. So, I'll give you a countdown. So I am going to be using some saves in this game, but for right now, we don't need anything to go. So time will start when I pick difficulty here. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Casual. Yes, casual. Great question. That is the first and most common question that I get. So casual difficulty in this game is used specifically because it is faster. Basically, the game has, you saw the game has 4 difficulties. Basically, the difference is just in how much BS you have to put up with. And also, one huge difference. In casual difficulty, your stamina never depletes, or more accurately, regenerates practically instantly. So you can roll over and over again forever, and you can use the fidget projectile over and over again forever. Additionally, on casual difficulty, you never actually take damage from using the dust storm attack. On higher difficulties, if you use the dust storm long enough, you start taking damage, so you don't really want to keep doing that. I actually am not hearing the narration, which is interesting. Anyway, so right off the bat here, you're seeing that I'm doing this move, this little combination of attacks. This is called the rocket jump. You literally use this on this screen and the next screen only to save, like, tiny amounts of time. And that's it. Because on the first 2 screens, you don't have the roll ability, so you can't really move the optimal way you're intended to move. Not really intended, but you know what I mean. So the game starts, you find yourself kind of in this middle of the mountains, and you don't really know who you are anymore, and the sword comes flying at you, and then this creature called Fidget comes flying at you. Stuff happens. I wouldn't really worry too much about it. This is kind of a spoiler-free run because I'm going to skip all the story. So now I have the roll, and so now I'm doing the first main method of transport in this game, which is the ground dodge cancel. Basically what you do is you roll either left trigger, or right trigger, and then you alternate with a crouch slash. And as you do that, the animation of one cancels the other, and you just end up going really fast. There's a second technique that uses the same principle called the aerial dodge cancel. I'll get that in a little bit. In order to do that, I need the aerial dust storm, and I'm not going to get that for about 4 more minutes. So on this screen, I'm going to get the first occurrence of the red barrier, which you can see just there on the edge of the screen. And the red barrier basically if there are monsters near you and you're near the edge of a screen for a transition, it just prevents you from going. So you have to kill all the monsters or boot them away before you can actually continue. Also, I'm noticing that there just is no narration. I'm not sure why or what happened here, but I'm not really going to bother fixing it. The narration doesn't matter anyway because I'm skipping it all. So don't worry too much about it. So now we're just going to roll a whole lot. You will notice on this screen that the camera doesn't necessarily keep up with you if you roll fast enough. And it turns out that when you're doing the ground dodge cancel, sometimes you're going fast enough that it just can't keep up. So here we're going to pick up the first key. And these keys are actually important. I'm not going to open anything with them. Normally you would use them to open chests. I am going to use this key to get some money instead. So just there, I used that ability which is called the Dust Storm, which I was getting during that cutscene earlier. I just used it to prevent those enemies from following me to the edge of the screen so that I couldn't get the red barrier. Again, I'm picking up more keys. I also need those 2 chickens that I picked up. Apparently in this game, when you break a wall, there's a whole ton of breakable walls, and when you break one, there's a chicken inside it. Why? No one really knows, but, you know, that's just how it is. Look, sometimes you break a wall and there's a chicken. Alright, so now I got the aerial dust storm, and now I can do the aerial dodge cancel. And this allows you to go way faster. It also allows you to do that if you're dumb. But that's alright. Alright, so I'm just getting through this intro area really as quickly as possible. It's just kind of like the first 5 or so minutes of the run. And, you know, there's a bunch of tutorials, and there's a bunch of stuff to fight, and there's a lot of rolling to do. So the aerial dodge cancel is just alternating roll with the aerial dust storm. Okay, so here I take a hit from that guy, and that allows me to skip that cutscene there. Don't ask why, it works. Then this guy, I parry him because it's the only way to kill him quickly. I actually missed the first one, but that's fine. And then here, actually, on this screen, there's a tutorial for parrying. Obviously, I already know how to do that, so I just skip it. Alright, and on this screen, we're going to skip a boss. So, up here, on the next screen, I should say, there's supposed to be this big encounter where you save these 2 people who own a farm from these rampaging giants. Instead, I just use this technique and fly over them. The technique I'm using is called the Rising Dust Storm. So again, this is all based on animation canceling. In this case, I used the air slash attack combined with the aerial dust storm. Normally when you do the aerial dust storm, you hold down the Y button and you go flying in an arc through the air. And as you go, the arc eventually just becomes a fall. And you can't do it for too long. However, when you do an air slash, the arc gets reset, and you can just do another aerial dust storm, do another air slash, do another aerial dust storm, and you will just gain height forever. And as you might imagine, you can use this to trivialize a huge chunk of the game. Not as much as the warp trivializes, but a lot. Also, I'm not doing some of the newer frame saver strats because I don't know them. It's been a while since I actually ran this game seriously, but some of the new route changes have made me really want to get back to it a little bit. So right there, I sold all the keys that I'd picked up, and I sold all the other items I had, and I picked up 10 teleport stones. I'm going to really want those teleport stones to be able to do the warps. So basically, whenever you get to a save point in this game, at the save point you can either save your game, or you can warp out of the area that you're, teleport out of the area that you're currently in. You need to have a teleport stone in order to do that. Alright, so I just saved my game because I really want a save. And now I'm going to leave the area. And then I'm going to re-enter the area. I'm going to do something very, very special and new called the Glade Warp. So don't worry too much about exactly what I just did. In fact, I might not have even done it right. No, I'm good. Sort of good. I might be bad, actually. Well, hold on. No, everything's okay. Alright. So now I did a teleport and a jump. This is actually, I'm kind of doing a suboptimal way of setting this up. But, hello. Basically, I'm trying to get up to this area here. I did not explain this very well because I'm tired, but basically, you can go to any room, any square of the map, of any area that you've visited before. And what turns out to be in this square is a chest. It turns out I have one key left, and the chest that's in here... Sorry, this requires a little bit of precision, and I don't have that right now. Dude, why am I missing this? Alright, I'm gonna have to do this the old way. At the chest at the top of this room is an awesome item that I hope to get. This item will really, really trivialize. I do not understand what problem I'm having here. My fights later on in the game. By increasing my attack stat by a lot. When I say a lot, what I mean is right now my attack stat at level 0 is 4. And this is going to boost my attack by 150. To the, like, so basically I'm not doing a speedrun without this item. I'm also not apparently getting this trick, which is sad. There are all sorts of people laughing at me right now for not being able to do this. I can't get this timing down, dude. I actually can think of one way to fix this. Okay, hold on. Alright, so here I have this this weird save that I just did, right? So we're gonna load this, and this will put us here. No, this actually won't solve the problem for me, will it? Hello. No, in fact, it just made my problem worse. So that's cool. I am having way more trouble with this than I really should be having in the first place. So, that's totally not what I wanted to do. And that's also not what I wanted to do. This is cool. This is already train wreck percent. Yeah. What I'm trying to do is get to this stupid item at the top here. And, it's going to make everything hilarious, and then we can actually go do the freaking run. Incidentally, the warp glitch that I just did, is actually pretty straightforward. You might think, oh, you know, you did something special. No. Basically, all you do is open up the map to an area that you have, that you've visited before. And then mouse over, using, like, the mouse, you can drag the map to show, the area that you want, and you just mouse over to the room that you want, you center it in the display, and then you just hold the mouse down and hit A. Dude, I had gotten the rhythm and then everything was sad. You are literally watching me remember how to do this live. Let's Play is live. Sick speedrun, bro. Don't fall. Cool, you guys are gonna get to watch me just struggle with this for a bit. This is actually not as hard as it looks. I'm killing myself intentionally there, I just want to get the health back. I'm gonna do an older version that involves a damage boost, if I can get it. which is also easier said than done, again, given my current state of play. I just need to get up here. Alright, so that's the damage boost I wanted, then wow, I couldn't even jump. I'm so bad, dude. Alright, everyone come back in like 5 minutes. I promise there'll be a run at that point. Incidentally, if you're wondering why I don't just, like, skip this, you don't skip this. This is the, like in Super Metroid, if you are familiar with that speedrun, you have to do the mock ball to get early supers. That's kind of like the price of admission to do that speedrun. This is the price of admission. You have to get the flesh sheath. And if you can't get it, then guess what? You're not doing the speedrun. Hey, I remembered how to do it.
Nice.
Alright, yay. Don't clap, that's terrible. Oops. Alright. That was unintentional, but it doesn't matter. Alright, so yeah, as I said, that thing boosts my attack by 150. So now we're gonna head on to the next area. There's actually supposed to be a boss in this area that I'm supposed to fight, and I would actually kill him pretty quickly if I did this fight. But I'm just gonna skip it. So now I'm just warping directly to the next area, which is the Ceramon Caverns. Before I do, I kill that guy. So I manipulated my XP to have a particular amount of experience, so that when I enter this room, I level up and go back to the previous room. That skips a cutscene. It saves about 10 to 11 seconds. And in a speedrun of this length, that's a pretty good amount. Then in here, we just kill a couple of these dudes to level up. We like to be level 2 because that increases your attack. So an important thing about casual difficulty is basically in this game you have 4 stats, and when you level up you get the opportunity to improve your stats. The way you can improve your stats is by allocating a stat gem, and each time you level up you get 1 stat gem. That does not vary from difficulty to difficulty. What does vary is, on normal difficulty and above, you can allocate that stat gem as you please. On casual difficulty, it is fixed, so that at levels, at level 1, it will go to HP, at level 2 it'll go to attack, at level 3 it'll go to defense, and at level 4 it'll go to fidget, and so on and so forth, in round-robin order. Those are the 4 stats: HP, attack, defense, and fidget. So, you don't really get a choice in casual difficulty. I did a dumb strat there, but that's alright. Of where your stats go. So, what that means is, if I want the next level of attack, I've got to get to level 2, and then I would have to get to level 6 after that, and so on and so forth. So I just picked up an upgrade that I need called the Ground Slide. If you ever played Mega Man, you've seen what it looks like pretty much. Or for that matter, if you watched me just use it there. And now I'm on to the second boss, or the first one I will actually face. And here's where the first major change has happened. This is a strategy found by Mr. Ogum recently. And could be a little dangerous, so I'm just going to go take a quick break. I'll be right back. So, as you can tell, this is a tough boss. Okay, I guess I'll get around to killing this boss. So, yeah, apparently if you just stand on top of her, she can't figure that out. It's, I don't know, maybe she's sniffing my tail or something. It's really hard, you know, to to handle this kind of top tier strategy. But it gets even higher tier than this. Here's how we kill her. Hold on. Wait. Nope. There we go. Okay, wait. Oh. Okay. Good fight.
Alright.
Tough boss. So again, that strategy was found by Mr. Ogum, and what used to be, I would say, the second most annoying boss of the run out of 3, is now completely ridiculously trivial. Alright, so here's another cutscene skip, which I just achieved. And I don't even hope to begin to explain the full, reasoning for why that actually works, but basically, the game, when you cross an area transition, the game remembers, what activity you do after you trigger the transition. Like, you hit the transition, but then you still keep control even though the transition starts. So I walk right over the transition, and then I start walking left, and it remembers that I was walking left, even though the area transition already started. So then it loads the next area, and it remembers that I was walking left, so it starts me walking left again, and that caused me to just go back to the previous screen. So that skips another cutscene, and again, it's about a 10 or 11 second skip. It's also very, very easy to miss it, and then you lose 10 or 11 seconds, which is unfortunate in a speedrun, particularly because this is halfway through the run. Alright, so here I'm just talking to this lady to set up my XP for later on. I would like to get to level 8 when fighting the next boss, and it's not too hard to guarantee that, but talking to her just kind of sets it in stone, and it doesn't cost very much time at all. Alright, so now we're on to the next area, which is called the Sorrowing Meadow, and this area, the basic backstory is there's this bad guy, Baron Kane. He's not very nice. In life, he betrayed all the good guys and sold them out to the evil army led by the bad dude General Gaius, who you might have just seen in the cutscene that I very, very quickly skipped. But now, for some reason, he's like a super vengeful ghost. I don't know what he has to be vengeful about, since he was the one, profiting off everyone else's misery, but whatever. Hello. What was that? Wow, that's never happened before. Get up there. Dude, there was an invisible wall there. That's pretty cool. Anyway, we have to go to his 4 mansions that he owned. Yeah, not one mansion, 4 mansions. And we've got to recover these artifacts of his life, and then we're going to use them to corporealize him or something ridiculous, and then we'll kill him. Again. We'll extra kill him. We'll re-kill him. And that will apparently put his soul to rest, because, again, I really care about putting the soul to rest of a guy that was, betraying all the good guys or whatever, but who cares? So, there's nothing particularly interesting or new going on in here. This is basically just, do this area as fast as you can. 1 mansion at a time. I'm on mansion number 2. There is 1 or 2 minor new time savers in here that Tony0890 found, and I will try to use those. Sorry, no, this is not mine. No, yeah. Alright, so this is one of them. We used to have to warp to the room above this, but now we warp into this room directly. Oh no.
Is that because you were jumping when you initiated?
Yes. So the jump when I initiate the warp is important.
Yeah.
That specifically facilitates getting into this room, which is something that we hadn't really thought to try before. It's a really nice little trick that makes everyone happy.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're making our way out of the 3rd mansion. So the 4th mansion that we're going to head to, so all the other mansions, we just warped directly inside the mansion, and then we got the thing that we wanted, and then then we made our way outside, and then went from there back to the world map, and then warped to the next mansion. This upcoming mansion we're gonna have to do something different. The reason we're gonna have to do a different approach for this upcoming mansion is that the entrance is blockaded by breakable walls. And there's 2 of them, and they're positioned such that if we were to just teleport into the mansion, we would be unable to get out, and then we would just have to reload our save, and we'd lose a huge amount of time. So instead, we come from the outside. We get these bomb fruits, which are great fun. Come over here, pull them down, and break these 2 walls. Then we book it out of here. I might be low on teleport stones, which is funny. I'll just pick up an extra later, because there's a new strat that I have to show off later on that requires an 11 teleport stone. I realized earlier on when I was trying to get the flesh sheath and failing miserably, there was a strat that I was supposed to do that would have recovered the first teleport stone that I used. But unfortunately, I failed to do that strat because I literally had no idea what I was doing at that point. So it's fine. Anyway, here we're killing a bunch of dudes because otherwise they're going to red barrier us, and we actually need some extra XP anyway. We're actually going to level up right here, which is totally fine. Yeah. So, now I'm level 3. Again, I want to be level 8 after the boss, and I will be, and that's fine. Being level 3 before the boss means that I don't level up when he spawns. And that prevents me from knocking him back, which makes the intro a little bit easier. Alright, so now we're going to head back, and we're going to fight the boss. We've collected the 4 things that we wanted. And so we go to the hub room in the middle of the meadow. We talk to this lady, and she summons the boss. This boss is dumb and straightforward, unless I screw up. But the interesting thing to know about this boss is I'm going to level up to 8, right? And remember that I talked about the skill gems that you can assign when you level up. Well, the thing is, I kind of want to be able to do that because I want to get to level 8, but I don't want the game to round robin all my stats, because then I'll get, like, you know, I'll get 2 gems in HP, and 2 in attack, and 2 in defense, and 2 in fidget. And the thing is, you can actually, if you're doing on normal mode, you can assign up to 4 more gems in your highest stat than you have in your lowest stat. So I just switched to normal difficulty, and what that means is, now that I'm leveling up to 8, none of my gems are assigned. So now I can go back and change back to casual, and everything's fine. And now I'll go to my character screen, and notice that none of my gems are assigned. So I can max out my attack, and get another little boost. Alright, so I'm out of teleport stones, and I actually want 2 more. So I'll just go to the store here. Like I said, not like super hardcore speedrun, or else this would like destroy the run. Because of this. Blah, 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 blah. He'll buy them at a high price. Okay. So now we'll get back up here, and we'll go to the world map. I don't need to walk here. So now we're heading to the second to last zone, which is called Blackmore Mountains. And basically all the interesting reveals for the story happen here. But we're skipping it all because spoiler-free speedrun. So we'll just leave. Good zone. I'm just kidding, we're going back there in just a second. We'll warp. Alright, so here's the entrance to that zone. We're just gonna go up here. Yeah, that looks good. Oh look, here's the final area of the zone. Incidentally, I really like running this game because all the movement in this game is very rhythm-based. If you think about it, the way that you do the dodge roll cancel is with a rhythm involving X and right trigger, X and left trigger. And the way you do the air dodge cancel is with a rhythm involving Y and right trigger, Y and left trigger. And once you get that rhythm, it's pretty straightforward. And it just feels good to get it right consistently. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Well, that's pretty neat.
I would fucking go. I'm
I said,
hyped.
not right now. I think it's called beginning.
Yeah.
So,
I can't believe how fucking terrible the flesh sheath was, man.
Don't even worry about it.
That was so bad. I don't care because it's a bonus stream, but man, that was bad. Like, I'm irritated at myself, like, just as a runner. Like, I don't even care about the marathon aspect of it.
Yeah.
Just like, come on, how could I not have that consistent at this point?
How did you phrase that about the RNG? If you understand it.
If you understand what's going on well enough to complain that it's not actually the RNG, you also understand it well enough to know that arguing this is a waste of time. It's like, or something like that.
It's
like,
I like that. Really, I like that sentence. I'll keep it in mind.
true purpose of knowledge is to know what to ignore. There's information all around us. Most of it is meaningless.
Yeah, pretty much. I can agree with that.
Missy, is Etho alive? Okay, good. This one's like almost over.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. That's okay. We're testing.
This argument has been going on for like a full half an hour.
Go. Perfect.
Roman, what's up?
Roman!
You have ruined the computer.
Don't even ask.
Shield.
I haven't done
Oh, are we
shit.
streaming with my computer now?
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff happened. I don't even know.
Somebody broke down T-Rex's setup and it was on that computer, so we couldn't.
Oh, dude, it's okay. Obviously, I'm really mad.
Yeah, I can tell how upset you are.
Super pissed.
Super.
By the way, Roman,
Yes, sir.
do you know about that retro game store thing?
Retro
Chat
Games
says we're
Store?
back.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's about 10 minutes drive from here.
Okay.
So apparently there is
not yet.
something on
But it, like
in this area.
it's
Okay.
probably like loading or something. Like the screen.
I would love to go check it out.
indicating that
Yeah.
If you can get a group of people
Okay.
together.
No.
As in, PJ
Yeah, we're back.
I asked PJ about driving there, and he wouldn't mind. But I feel like he already was there, so he already checked it out. If you could drive,
Yeah. Oh, sounds like fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah, you can go. I'm not gonna bother running the timer.
Fair enough. It was a
Yeah.
crappy run anyway.
Chat says we're
Okay. What? Roll call.
or,
Roll
it's
call.
like three of us here, but yeah.
Roll call. Voligen.
I'm Dakiko.
Ready, bot?
Alright, good roll call.
Magic hand.
Alright,
Ghosts.
so where we're at was we just finished Blackmore Mountains by skipping everything, right? So we're heading to the final area, which is Everdon Basin. And the final boss is here. The final boss has 4 phases, and he has 60,000 health. If you saw how much damage I was dealing earlier, 240, 60,000 is a lot. And every single phase, he regenerates his health to full. So I don't want to deal with 60,000 damage times 4 to him. So what I do is... I warp. So, at the top edge of this map, there are 2 rooms right here where you fight the final boss. In the top room, you fight the first 3 phases, and the bottom room, you fight the last phase. Now, normally, you can't teleport into a room that doesn't have entrances on the left or right. Or more accurately, if you do, weird stuff happens, you end up out of bounds, it's hard to do anything right. What I did was, I went on the save point, and I jumped as I teleported, and that means that the game remembers that my Y position was slightly higher than normal. So I'm going to go to this bottom room. So you notice that I went down and left one. So I'm in the bottom room now where the 4th phase takes place. And I'm going to go here. This puts me out of bounds, but near the top of the room. And if I get high enough near the wall, it just teleports me inside. Now I only have to fight 1 phase. It's still a really annoying phase, because this boss likes to parry, which just causes you to get knocked away arbitrarily. And he likes to throw those orbs. If you get hit by those orbs, you have a chance to get either poisoned or silenced. either of which, the first time it happens during a run, you get a cutscene that takes away your control for a bit. It's really annoying. There was Perry, because he hates everything that is good in this country. Hello. There's the silence, because I hate everything that is good in this country. And I'm sure before long he will also just invincibility in the middle of one of my combos. And that'll also be fun. So this is kind of the main broken thing about this fight, but it's not the only broken thing. So once I defeat this boss, he'll go to the center of the platform, center platform in this room, and he'll just sit there. And once you attack him when he's in that position, he'll, like, there'll be this cinematic thing, he'll die, and like an explosion will occur. And then after that, there's supposed to be a fixed length crawl segment where you get knocked into lava. No, I'm just kidding. Where you crawl across the shattered remnants of the ground, and some stuff happens. And this whole thing, after this explosion, there's 45 seconds of stuff that has to happen. So I'm gonna kinda skip that entirely. And the way we're gonna do it is I'm gonna load up this save that I made earlier. This is the same game that I have been playing, right? There were no save files before I started this, so this is legit. So I'm gonna load this save. Oh crap, I'm gonna load the save again. I'm sure it'll work the second time. Hey look, it worked the second time. And then we're just gonna fly to the right and game over. Time! Not that we're running the timer, but there you go. So that is Dust and a listening tale, any percent broken. I highly encourage any of you who might be interested in speedrunning this game to give it a shot. Even if you don't like the broken percent category, there's always Warpless, which is an hour of really solid just execution all around. You still do the Rising Dust Storm to fly all over the place and skip all sorts of stuff. You still do a lot of boss skips, but you don't do like the warping and things like that. So it's a little bit less insane, and I don't believe that you do this type of thing in that run. Although I guess technically this doesn't qualify as a warp, so you might actually do this in the warpless run. Anyway, I've wasted enough time on the bonus stream. Thanks for watching. If Ethlon is around, we're gonna find him, and he's gonna run Mag Runner, assuming that it's set up somewhere. Oh, he doesn't want to run it. Okay. UA, do you want to go? Because dude, just run Glare. That's preparation for everything. The next person is Robo Sparkle. Sorry? Alright. So I'll just let the ending play out while we figure out what on earth is going on. Thanks for watching whatever the hell this was.